Hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Um, I have like a brunch that I'm gonna go to. Um, I haven't really explored at all. Whenever I'm in a new area, it takes me a while. It does. It takes me a while to feel like comfortable to really branch out. Um, and also like I've been trying to clean up my eating and things like that. So like I've been avoiding um like getting going like out to eat and things like that. So like I've been cooking all my meals, prepping all my food, things like that. I've been like fairly consistent with the gym, fairly consistent with my intake of water. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I am going to treat myself to some brunch. I took a shower. I'm really warm. So that's why I'm fanning myself off. So I'm going to start off with prepping my skin. So I don't do the same skin prep like I did yesterday. So like I'm just going in with my clindamycin, like my antibacterial gel that is prescribed, just so that I don't you know, have any issues with my makeup clogging my pores and, doing all that stuff too. And I always use my fan in between steps to kind of like set everything in addition to cooling me off, right? Because I get warm, okay? I get so freaking warm, it's ridiculous. Yes, girl, we're wearing red. I'm not wearing this to like the brunch. This is like a literal nightgown, like it's legit a nightgown. Um, So yeah, like I usually will wear like a gown or like a robe or something like very pretty. Um Whenever I do my makeup or whenever I'm getting ready just to set the mood. I never do my makeup in what I'm actually gonna wear because I don't want to get makeup on it. And so then what I do is that like I'll do my makeup, I'll do my hair, and then I'll put like a plastic bag over my head and then put my clothes on. That way I don't get makeup on my clothes. I put a plastic bag over my head and then put my shirt on or dress or whatever it is. Okay. So then now I'm going to go in with my SPF. It's Korean, the Korean COSRX SPF. I have not gotten ready in like a long time. Uh, I've been very fresh face because my routine is looking different these days because I'm going to the gym before work. Um, I don't have enough time to wake up as early as I do and then like shower and do everything else I need to do before work and do my makeup. So I really have not been getting ready. um, but like as far as like my process with makeup, so I like 2016 style makeup. Okay. I don't like that clean girl makeup aesthetic that they are trying to push. I absolutely hate it. Keeps you looking 15, girl. Watch out for Shannon Sharp, girly girl. You are funny. You are funny. I always make men guess my age. Always. I always make them guess my age because I'm like, I need to see if you're, I need to see. And they're, when I make them guess, they're so afraid to guess. They're like, no, 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 I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess. Why don't you want to guess? Because you think I look 20? Because you think I look 20 and you're 54 years old? Is that why? Ah. I finally am getting my nails done today. They let me book an appointment last Sunday, even though it was Easter. And then I couldn't go get them done yesterday because I had like a lot of consultations booked. And then the time that I did have it booked for, she wasn't able to do my nails. She had an emergency. So I cannot wait to get my nails done. And then I also got to get my eyebrows done. Okay. So then the next thing is it's covered in makeup, but this is my makeup primer. It's by Milk. I really like Milk Makeup's primer. This is the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. They also have a like a stickier one. So if you like really want your makeup to stay put, I think it's called Grip Effect. It's in like a clear, it's like in a clear bottle, and the product is like greenish. But Milk, they have very, very good primer. I always use their primer. Hydro Grip. There you go. Yeah, the Hydro Grip is really, really good as well. I think once I use all this up, I'll go back to getting the Hydro Grip because I bought it in a trial size version and then I got the full version. Oh, and then also I want to make it very clear. I primed my lips. I don't have it in here with me, but I just used a lip mask on my lips. So always make sure that you have your lips moisturized before you do your makeup. Don't hit your lips with, don't have your moisturizing of your lips be when you're putting on like your lipstick or your lip gloss. Like make sure that you have something on your lips while you're doing your makeup. That way your lips can like take in the hydration and then everything can go on smooth. Your lip liner can glide. Your lips will be like, plump and all of that. And sometimes I'll just use this like Burt's Bees. I'll use that sometimes too. Okay, so I got my Beat Up Beauty Blender. My Beat Up Beauty Blender. I actually am thinking about not using my beauty blender anymore. I was actually going to go to Ulta yesterday. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. So this is what I use to moisturize my lips before I put my makeup on. It's from Trader Joe's. Instead of you paying like $20 for that Laneige lip mask, I do have that one too. They have a lip mask at Trader Joe's for $5. And I feel like it works even better. I feel like it works even better than the Laneige one. So I don't like my beauty blender to be like super wet. So I have like a designated towel that I use to kind of like drain out some of the moisture in my beauty blender because I just like how it looks. So I'm debating how much coverage I want because like my skin is looking like pretty good, to be honest with you. I don't think I want that much coverage. I use One Size Turn Up the Base. This is the Full Beat Liquid Foundation. But honestly, I think I might mix it with moisturizer so that way it can be thinned out a little bit because like I think I'm just gonna do like more of like a tinted moisturizer type of thing, type of look. I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to go too crazy. Cause like look at the like she's thick. Okay. Do you use mud mask? If not, get Queen Helen's brown mud mask. Results keep me looking 25-ish. Don't they sell that at Walgreens? Pretty sure they sell that at Walgreens, right? I'm just using the bottom of my one of my eye makeup brushes to kind of like thin it out. And then, oh yeah, so this is perfect. If you ever have foundation and like it's a very, very thick foundation and you don't want to spend money to get a tinted moisturizer, just go on ahead and mix it with your moisturizer. That way, that way you can have a homemade tinted moisturizer and you don't have to worry about spending extra money. Inexpensive, but very much worth it. I like, oh my God, I used to use the green Queen Helen mask all the time. All the time. The green one. Yeah, this looks so much better mixed with the tinted moisturizer or mixed with like my skin moisturizer. Then I was gonna spend money yesterday and I was gonna like get some concealer, but then I realized, hold on, I gotta get it. I was like, what is the point of me buying what's the point of me buying concealer when I have like this little Fenty foundation stick? I bought it a little while ago. Um I bought it at the end of summer and I was getting a little bit too light for the color and I was like, what's the point of me spending money on concealer when I could just like use this like for spots? I don't know if I'm going to have a mimosa or not because I have not been drinking. I haven't been drinking. I haven't had a desire to drink. I've cut out all substances. I've cut out all substances. I've been limiting and reducing my sugar. And so I don't know, but they do give you a complimentary mimosa though. They do. They do give you a complimentary mimosa. So we shall see. We shall see how the vibe is. Shall see how the vibe is when I get there. I use the green one as well. It literally sucks the oils and any blemishes off your skin. I love it. Yeah, I love the green one. I love the green one. Oh, this must be the new one. Yep. So one thing about me, I'm finishing all of my makeup like before I use a second one. So this is like this is the Fenty Matchstick. So I use this to contour. It's in the color truffle. But like, look, it's completely. So I literally take my tweezers and I like dip it in the product. Like I kid you not, I am the type of person that will like dig out the lipstick at the very bottom, like at the very, very bottom, and I will have like little palettes, like little pans, and I'll just put it in there and use it all up. And there's little things that you can actually buy. There's actually makeup scrapers that you can buy on Amazon that can like get into like the real like tight corners. It's like a spatula. It's like a makeup spatula. And they have them on Amazon. They have like two different sizes. You can buy a little makeup spatula and use that to like get all your makeup. Makeup is fucking expensive. I'm getting every drop. I'm getting every drop that I possibly can. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my fingers because it's easier. It'll be able to blend easier. And I'm just using it around like my hollow cheek line. Just to kind of me. Do you use the lip masks? I bought them from Amazon. They're really good. So like I have these that I'll also use that are from Amazon. They're like lip gels. I'll use those. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. So then I just use the other end of my beauty blender and I just blend out like the harsh lines. So that way it can blend nicely. There we go. Hey, Queen, I have a question about astrology. I know when I was born, but I don't know the birth time. Does it matter? Because my parents don't know. Yeah, it matters. You really need to know your birth time. And I know in most cases they're not going to have it on like your birth certificate. I don't know if the hospital that you worked at is still open. Because I know on my birth certificate, my birth time is not on there. But I have heard that like you can either try to get it on your birth certificate if it says it on your birth certificate. And I've also heard of people calling like the hospital too, and they can I think they can look it up too. Hi, Queen. I just lost my dream job and things aren't looking good. Any advice? Well, are you sure that number one, are you sure it's your dream job? Like, have you sat down and like asked yourself, like, is there anything else that you have always wanted to do, or if there's anything that like you've always wanted to accomplish? Um, sometimes we think that what we're doing is our dream. And then when that does not work out, it redirects us into a different direction. And then we kind of realize, like, oh, like I kind of understand that things have like worked out in a different way for me. There is a content creator. I think her name is Clarissa C. I really like her content, but she will cover like musical artists and like covered things in the industry. If you guys already don't know, I'm obsessed with Hollywood. Like I love all of the ins and outs of things with Hollywood. And I don't know why I put that away. But essentially I was watching something regarding Teyana Taylor. I've always liked Teyana Taylor. I remember when I first saw her on MTV on My Sweet 16. And I had like watched, what that content creator had covered with Teyana Taylor. And Teyana Taylor always wanted to be in music. She always wanted to be a musical artist. And so she had signed with Pharrell's label. She was like on his label or whatever. And he failed her miserably. It was kind of like how Beyonce was with Chloe and Hailey Bailey. It was kind of like that. Failed her miserably. And so her record career never had really taken off. And so then she had signed with Kanye West, and it was the same exact thing. And so, and yes, Beyonce did want to sign her. And so the same exact thing happened when she had signed with Pharrell. And she was like super frustrated because she's like, listen, I've always wanted to make music. Like, this is what I've always wanted to do. And she was doing the best that she could to follow what she thought like really like was her dream, but it just was not working out in her favor. And so what she ended up doing was, now she did have like, obviously like some songs or whatever, some success with some songs. However, essentially it forced her to pivot, and she ended up like, she was in Kanye West's music video, and then child, I'm trying to look. Oh, it's right in front of my face. She was in Kanye West's music video, and then that was able to get her like her own fitness. She was doing like a fitness thing. Like on the beach and stuff. So she was able to make money like that. And then obviously she had her own reality TV show once she got married. But then she got into acting, and like she's won a lot of she's actually won a lot of awards for acting, and she's actually been nominated for a lot of awards as an actress. And so I feel like I believe in a quote: you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. You can have anything, you cannot have everything. So sometimes the thing that you may want, you might only have it for a certain amount of time, and then that will put you in a different direction. And then you will realize, like, oh, I'm not only good at one thing. I think that's another thing too. Sometimes you will get re-guided and redirected to let you know that you're not only good at one thing, you're multi-dimensional. What's the vibe of the look today? Color psychology says wearing red can accelerate the heart and evoke a strong emotion reaction. It's giving femme fatale. So actually, this isn't what I'm gonna wear to the brunch because ciao. The place is very beach resorty and like I've never went before. So I'm actually gonna be wearing like I'm gonna wear white linen pants and then I'm gonna wear like this really cute, like it's not nautical blue, but it's a few shades lighter than nautical blue. As far as like the mood that I'm like trying to set or whatever, I don't want to say it's like gonna be like it's definitely not authoritarian or anything like that. But what I will say is that it's kind of more of like a more pure, more relaxed, more calm type of like look that I am really going for. So like I'm not gonna like straighten my hair or anything like that. Like I'm just gonna like keep my hair like wavy, keep it curly. Um yeah. So I'm probably going to like take a picture of how everything looks and then post it in the community tab. And then on the spiritual channel later, I don't know what time yet because it's really going to depend on when I'm done with all my errands. Um, we're going to talk about glamour magic. So I'm just using like this to set. It's this Juvia's palette. It's actually a bronzer. Um, but I like it a lot because it's like warm enough for me to use it for contour. Yes, I would say positive affirmations cost nothing, but makes an outward difference when you say it and believe it. Yeah, whenever I'm going to a place, I always like to say affirmations in the car. I like to talk to myself in my head, um, you know, about like what's going to happen. Like, someone's going to pay for my meal, someone's going to pay for my drink. All eyes are going to be on me. I'm going to be commanding attention. I'm going to get the best service. I'm going to get the, best food experience. I am going to have, I'm going to have like the best drink if I decide to drink. I, say whatever it is that I need to say before I, go to a place. I like to say it like while I'm in the car, especially because lately I haven't felt like listening to music. I've actually been riding in the car with no noise, just me and my own thoughts. So I need advice. I told my dad that he needs to start cleaning his house. He got mad and told me to never effing come to his house. Should I never talk to him again? Um, well, it's his house. And as someone that has been in that same predicament, you can't tell someone you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So if it's going to drain a lot of energy out of you to essentially try to keep getting on your dad about him cleaning his house, and it's going to frustrate you, then no, I don't think that you should really talk to him if that is going to be like a very big issue for you to be able to accept. At the end of the day, your parents are your parents. People are people. You cannot change them. You cannot shame them into submission. You cannot get mad at, force them, get them fearful into submission. They've been like that their whole life. So in most cases, you're not going to wake up one day and say, I'm going to decide that I'm going to start cleaning up my house and, things like that. In most cases, that's just not going to happen. So I think it's more so you asking yourself, like, is this draining you? By you trying to assume this responsibility of telling him that he needs to clean his house? Queen, I just got a man to buy me a car, 100% paid for in my name and no intimacy. Congrats, Leslie. I love that for you. Congrats, girl. I love to hear that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get the house, get the car, get the bills paid, get the gifts purchased. That's what I'm talking about. Does he not respect my visit? He said he would clean better for my brother and his son if they visit. Okay, well then why are you visiting? He's already told you he don't respect you. He don't care about what you got to say because you're a woman. I keep telling y'all that men, whether they're your brother, your father, your uncle, they do not respect what you have to say. Even when you're married to them, women are like, "Oh my God, I have to repeat the same thing over and over. My husband won't listen to me." He's never going to listen to you. You're a woman. They see you as a helpmate. They see you as a servant. They see you as a slave. They see you as less than. So cool. I would have been like, fine, then I guess you're good luck because his sons ain't gonna visit him. And then guess what? Once his sons don't visit him, he's gonna be dying and then expecting you to help him. He's gonna be dying and expecting you to come to his rescue because his sons aren't gonna do it. His sons are gonna let him live in squalor. I've started dancing in the mirror with lights. Ooh, shit. I've started dancing. Ooh, this is hard. I've started dancing in the mirror with the lights dim, like you said, with witchy music playing, and it's made me so happy to start my mornings. Yes, I love that. If you could invent a dream beauty product that doesn't exist yet, what would it do? It's a good question. A dream beauty product. If I could invent anything, I would invent like some type of device that could like it could control like it could control lipolysis and then like also adding like fat cells. So you could like, okay, you know how like on the Nutty Professor, you know, he made that like elixir to like make him skinny or whatever. I would like make like a molder so you could like set like on a setting like, oh, okay, like how you want your body to be molded, and then you just like step in the mold, like you step in like a little thing and it will like mold your body to like however you want, like where it could take fat from or where it could add fat to. And you could do it every day. You could do it you could do it every day. You could change your, just like how you would use makeup to like change how you look, you could like use that little machine to like change your body, but you could like do it in whatever way. It could like manipulate your fat, I guess. A fat manipulator. You like take some drink or whatever that will make your fat cells respond, and then you can manipulate your fat. You inspired me to get in touch with my sacral energy. I'm going to a heels dance class today. Oh my God, enjoy. I'm going to my pole dance class next Friday. They actually are having like, it's free. It's free for all of like, I guess people that are new to pole. Obviously, I'm not new to pole. However, I'm new to the studio. So I kind of want to, because the studio, they have 3 separate studios. It's a very very big facility. They literally have like, actually I think they have more than 3 different studios. I think they have about 4 or 5 different studios, so they have a lot of classes that they offer, a lot. So I kind of want to go there to kind of like get an idea of where my needs will get met with what class. is I honestly want to go like 2 days a week. So I'm picking out my brushes that I'm going to use for my eyes. I think that's good though. Yeah, I think what I have is good though. I really need to get my eyebrows done. I can't wait until I can. I always highlight my brow bone. Always, always, always. I always highlight my brow bone. It just isn't like as sharp or like defined as I would like because my eyebrows are not done. I have to get them threaded. And then I'm using ColourPop. I use ColourPop for all my eyeshadow. Very cheap, very inexpensive. And the pigment is like really, really good. Like really, really, really good. So with ColourPop products, with most eyeshadow products, I'm always going to wet my brush for my lid because the color payoff is way better with the wet brush. Way better with a wet brush. But I'm going to do my transition color for my outer first. So my transition color is just like a little bit lighter than what I'll do my outer V for. They always expect that. Too many women are separated from their husbands, and when they get old, they move him back in. Men literally have no sense of community among themselves. Listen, facts, facts. Like they're only going to deal with you when they need help and when they're dying. That's why they keep saying, "Oh, well, you're going to die alone." It's because they are very fearful. They have a strong fear of dying alone. They're very, very scared to die alone. That's why they never file for divorce. And then they have kids, and really they're not having the kids. They're just expecting a woman to have the kids. They're not having them. The woman is having them. But they have the expectation of a woman having kids. The reason why they want a family so much is because it's more people to take care of them or to be in a position to take care of them. Sorry, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that if you haven't done what is necessary. It's just not happening. Order my CosRX Snail Mucin. I'm excited to try it. I've heard so many great things. Oh yeah, it's a really good product. Really, really good product. So I have a hooded eye. I have hooded eyes, meaning that the top part of my lid, I have skin that sits over my lid, and a lot of people will say like, "Oh, you shouldn't wear like shimmery eyeshadow with your hooded eye." I don't really care. I like shimmery eyeshadow. I do. I love shimmery eyeshadow. So I just extended a little bit further past my lid just to give the illusion that my eyelid is not so lidded. I think that's the biggest thing. Men are strange. They can't be alone, but do things that make them alone. I know it's too much. It is too freaking much. They are so annoying. Like, nothing gives me joy about thinking about having a life with a man. Nothing. Especially long term. Ooh, no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. I prefer some dull eyeshadow. I have tiny eyes. I think shiny eyeshadow makes them look like beads. um so I like a really sharp like outer corner. So I actually use a business card. Like I just clean well, I haven't cleaned it in forever. But I just use it as a straight edge. So that way I can have like the perfect outer V. And then I just like concentrate it in like my outer corner more, just to add some depth. I went on a date the other day and it reminded me of how unenjoyable men are. He was highly religious too, so I brought up Lilith. The men are clinging on so hard to religion right now. So hard to religion because they're losing power. They are losing power. Men cling on to two things when they feel like they're losing power: supremacy and religion. You always are going to know that men are feeling powerless when they start clinging on to religion. And now all of a sudden they're all so religious, they're all hyper religious. As soon as I hear a man talking about religion, I'm like, ew. I know we won't be talking again. I know we won't be talking again. All right, that's good. Oh my gosh, I was having a hard time opening that. And then I'll just put the same outer V color. I'll just smudge it a little bit at the bottom. In a past video, you have mentioned spiritual ties to some diseases. Is there a spiritual link to dementia? It seems to be a pattern on my mom's side of the family. Um, so I mean, dementia deals with like, your memory and your cognition and things like that. Let's get the let's get the direct. It's a general term for progressive decline in cognitive function, impacting memory, thinking, and behavior to a point where it interferes with daily life. Um, I feel as though if I could give like any diagnosis for that on a spiritual level, I would most likely say that you probably have a family lineage that has some like very, very deep, like very, very deep trauma, and probably in your ancestral lineage, it's probably been repressed. It's probably been repressed so deeply that over time that starts to manifest as dementia. You know, you don't want to remember, you don't want to relive it because you also have to think um, it affects your daily living. It affects your day. It affects your livelihood. It affects your daily form of living. So it probably started with a lot of deep repression from trauma, a lot of deep repression from uncomfortable circumstances that have happened repeatedly over time within the family, and they don't want to relive it. They literally don't want to relive those things. And so they repress, they repress so deeply that because they don't want to relive it, they are no longer able to live. They are no longer able to live their life regularly. I love this blush. It's I swear my poor makeup is so battered. But it's the Fenty Beauty. It's baked peach. I love this, especially for like when it's getting warmer like this. It's like very peachy. Hold on. It's like very, very, very peachy. And it's like shimmery too. Super shimmery. But yeah, it's really pretty peachy color. So anything that's ancestral, anything that is repeated in the family, it means that it's generational, and it's generational for a reason. Your generational curse is the thing that keeps repeating in your family. And it's repeating in the family, and it's something that is like harmful, something that is like making their life more difficult, you know? Disease, when you break down the word, it literally is dis-ease. You're not at ease with something, and that manifests as disease. So over time, that's what it manifests as, a disease. You are not at ease with something. And so you breaking a generational curse is understanding where that dis-ease manifests from. That is your job when you are trying to break a generational curse. Where is this dis-ease coming from? Honestly don't want to put on lashes, but I don't have any mascara. I don't have any mascara, and I really don't want to just use eyeliner either. But the lashes that I do have some falsies, but it's going to be one or the other. It's either going to be eyeliner, but if I put on eyeliner, that's going to make my eyes look smaller. But I don't like how big my lashes are that I have because I haven't gotten any new ones. I'll be right back. Let me get my lashes. I love the get ready with me with you. You're so fun and knowledgeable. Thank you. I think sugar and diabetes and dementia too. Yeah, so pretty much disease in the physical form is just your way to cope. Like when you're using anything for dopamine. So like sugar, corn, greasy food, unhealthy food, being inactive, um, music you're listening to, what you're watching on TV. Those are just all ways to avoid the dis-ease that you have spiritually. And then it manifests physically. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Mankey Star, I don't know what that is. My mom was showing heavy signs, but we went back home for Christmas and we did a ritual, and now it's like it's gone. It's the strangest thing I ever mentioned. Yeah. Everything that manifests physical came from something spiritual first, because there is no way that you only live in a physical form. There's no such thing. There is a spiritual tie to everything. Oh, a girl. Okay, that's what she was asking. We did an ancestral ritual, by the way, so I agree with what you're saying. Yep. You gotta understand the root ancestrally through your ancestors of why you're going through what you're going through. Like women that get MS, they have a family lineage of women having MS. Like the mom had MS, her grandmother had MS. And the reason why is because they've been conditioned to be people pleasers. They've been conditioned to be self-sacrificing. And so what happens is that they hold in everything in their throat chakra. Pretty much MS is really just a manifestation of like you being completely blocked. Like every single chakra is blocked, because MS affects everything. Your motor, your coordination, it affects everything. MS is 100% blocked chakras from the bottom up. So if there's a history of something in your family and you keep seeing the same thing over and over and over, oh, well, my grandma has this, my mom has this, you gotta dig deeper and ask, okay, where is this coming from? Ask them how they live their life. Because, see, growing up with my mother, I paid attention. That's not going to stick. I dried it for too long. My mom had me so young. And so I really was like a best friend to my mom. And so even though it wasn't right necessarily for her to tell me all her business with me being at such a young age, I'm kind of happy. That she did, because at a very young age, I already was like taking notes on like, oh, okay, I started putting things together. So then I was just kind of like, oh, okay, so now I know what to do if XYZ happens, or if this is happening to her because of this. Like a lot of people, I just kind of feel as though like in my family, I know people like to overstay their welcome. Like my grandmother, she was like a elementary school teacher, and like the kids just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and the parents were getting worse and worse and worse. And she was talking about wanting to retire, but she kind of was like forcing herself not to retire. And then she ended up getting a breast cancer diagnosis. And she took the sign for what it was, and she ended up retiring after she recovered. And it really was meant to be, because her payout for Social Security was going to be the highest if she actually retired at that time. If she worked any longer, she wasn't going to be getting as much money in Social Security. So she took the sign from the universe. Her body was at disease. Point blank, period. My grandma was a diabetic, overweight. She was trying to cope the best way she could, being in a circumstance that she really should have left a long time ago. So sometimes you will get those signs in a physical manifestation, and she hasn't had the cancer since. And that was over 12 years ago. That was over 12 years ago, and the cancer never returned. She needed to retire. And then the same thing with my mom. She would like have problems at work, and she wanted to stay at the job because she had like fear of not being able to get another job. And mind you, my mom's a nurse. So I think my mom had a lot of like self-limiting beliefs, thinking that like she couldn't find a better place. Um, she wasn't going to find a better job, even though they were treating her very poorly. And so I picked up, I was like, and I just knew, I was like, she really needs to leave. And then they ended up getting rid of her and did all these things to her. And, you know, she should have left a long time ago. She just was staying. And then that's when she had the most health issues. She had the most health issues when she was enduring all of those things. And so for the past, I want to say 6 years, she's been working at a place that she loves. She has community. Um, you know, she's not dealing with a ton of women that are very jealous hearted like she was at the other place. So it's very, very important for you to, you know, pay attention to things that have happened in your family lineage, and you know, and go from there. I do not have any children. Yeah, I'm just gonna do lashes. That's it. I'm just gonna do lashes. Keep it simple. I am finally treating my sleep apnea. It's crazy how many health issues happen due to poor sleep. Your sleep is so important. Your sleep is so important. You're blocking. The thing about it is that sleep is your area of restoration. It is the only time that you're able to connect spiritually. This is the reason why men snore a lot. Men snore a lot. Men tend to always have sleep apnea. Um, because men don't feel inclined to do anything spiritually. That's why I don't like sleeping in the same bed as them. I'm not listening to all that snoring. And I got a little bit of fallout from the lashes. Y'all, my makeup application is so smooth. It is smooth as butter. Like, looks good. We're gonna put on some highlight. I'm gonna put on some highlights. And then that's it. That's it. That's all. Got my finishing spray. Ooh, it streamed. There we go. Throw this on. You are one of the smartest women I've ever seen. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You open our eyes as women. Aw, you welcome. I've had to leave men in the middle of the night because they snore. Girl, I'm good for that. They want to sleep with the TV on and shit. I'm like, dude, I can't do that. Like, I can't sleep with the TV on. My mom is a nurse and struggling with wanting to retire and has the most health issues. She is also fearful of leaving. She wants to become a health coach. Any advice for stress-free nursing jobs? We have very similar stories. Oh my God, as a nurse, there is so much that she can do. Like, that's one profession that I'll never understand, where when women are having fear around like walking away from like floor nursing, it's like You can segue into so many different things. You literally can teach. You can become a teacher, right? You can literally work and teach. There's think of how many nursing programs there are. Nursing programs are heavily abundant. She can do case management. Like she can be a liaison. I mean, she could teach. There are so many things that if you're a nurse, you literally do not have to work 40 years, turning patients and pushing meds and, having a goddamn 6-to-1 ratio. Like, you don't have to live your life like that. You can open up a med spa. There are a hell of things that you can do, like a ton of things that you can do. Like, a ton of things that you can do. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to do my hair really quick. And then, Jesus, where's my brush? Ciao. I don't know where my brush is. But that is all that I'm gonna do on screen. I'm gonna post a picture in the community tab of like my full look with like my hair and my makeup and everything like that. I hope you all enjoyed this. I think I'm just gonna wear like this cute little lip gloss. It's kind of like a My Lips but better type of look. And honestly, I may not even wear this lipstick or lip gloss. May not even wear it with this because it looks too pink. I think I might go for something darker, to be honest. But I'm gonna post the full look with my actual outfit that I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna post that in the community tab. Okay, so ladies, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed this. Please let me know, like in the comments specifically, if you like these get ready with me's. I like them. I like them, and as long as you all like them, I will continue to going ahead and do them. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you ladies later. Bye.